Today I wanted to make a short video going over ways that you can detect counterfeit magic cards, because unfortunately there are a lot of counterfeit magic cards that exist, and if you're not aware of the ways to distinguish real cards from fake cards, you can sometimes find yourself being taken advantage of. This has happened to me in the past, and since then I found these ways to distinguish the two cards. I wanted to share those with you today. We're going to be looking at a few different fake cards today, and the one we're going to start off with is this Savannah Lines here. This one's kind of a dead giveaway. The material is different, it's much more flimsy. The font is different, the text is different, the art's different, the card back's different, and okay, that's enough of that. This is a serious video. Okay, so you can see two cards here. One is real and one is fake. We're going to come back to these after. We'll look at some other cards first, though. So here we have a few cards, all of which are fakes. I got these in a collection that I bought. You can see that documented on this channel. It happened a while ago, but I do have these. I use them for props in my videos sometimes, but I feel like they could be good for this video as well to just demonstrate ways to detect if cards are fake or not. And there are a lot of different methods you might hear people talk about, so we're going to go over some of those now. One you hear mentioned pretty frequently is the light test. That's something that I've talked about in the past, and it can be useful, but this is one where you really need to use multiple tests in addition to using this one to really get a confirmation. So this light test is one that's very quick and easy to do. Basically, all you need is the flashlight on your phone. However, it can be misleading, and I'll show you why that is right now. So we'll start off with a real card. This is a real True Name Nemesis. This is a fake True Name Nemesis, both from the same set. So basically what you do is, I'll just put this over here so I don't blind you, but shine a light from your phone through it. You can see it shines through nice and clear there. It's got kind of like a bluish tint. And then we compare that to this fake one. It's a very noticeable difference, right? It doesn't shine through as much. It's not all blue and light. It's much darker there. So that's how you see the light shine through on a lot of fake cards. Like we grab this Bloodstained Mire here. It really doesn't shine through much at all there. And Sacred Foundry. And this is going to look different for different variations of fakes as well. Maybe this balance, this might be a little bit different. We'll see. That's about the same, but then compare it once again to the real card. It is very noticeably different. However, this can be misleading because the printing of cards does vary a lot, and with some new cards, like say for example this Ren and 6 from Double Masters, which doesn't want to focus. This Ren and 6, this is a real card, but what happens if we shine a light on this? Look at that. That one, a lot of fakes actually look just like this. So this is where this can be misleading, because if you just did a light test, you might think this is a fake card, and I've seen people say that with they're convinced with these new cards that they have that they're fake, but it's just the manufacturing process for cards has changed throughout the years. So some newer cards, probably some older ones also, can have a weird looking light. So this can be helpful if you're comparing cards that should be the same printing and the same set. They should have the same light. So you can help to distinguish it that way, but you should really be doing some of these other tests in addition to it to really confirm whether your card is real or not. Another one that you can do, which you don't really need anything for, is just to feel the card, which is kind of hard for me to show you on video, but fake cards do tend to feel different. Some of the newer fakes, they do feel quite convincing. So typically what you would be looking for is a card that feels more waxy. It tends to be a bit thicker than a real card, and if you shine the light on it, they tend to be much shinier. Something I've noticed is that on video, the shininess of a card can be quite different from how it looks in real life, because I've had some cards that I get in collections that I do videos of, and people will look at the card and say, that's too shiny, that card is a fake, when the card is actually real, or it will also be the other way around, where a card might be fake and people might think it would be real. But if the card looks particularly shiny, that can kind of be a giveaway that it could be a fake. So yes, this one is a fake. We're looking at the shining light on it now. Let's compare it with this Red and 6. This one also looks quite shiny, right? but in real life, there is a noticeable difference. And then once again, they feel quite similar, but this one does feel more waxy and a bit thicker. And the thing with a card being thicker is typically the fakes will end up weighing more. So if you have a scale that can be quite accurate, you can weigh the cards. That can be a pretty good method of telling whether the card is real or not, because a real card weighs about 1.8 grams. You want to be more specific than that though. It should weigh between 171 and about 180 grams. If it weighs more than that, it could be a fake. Another thing is when you're comparing cards, you really want to compare the same printings. So these two are not exactly the same, but they would be from the same block, so they should be the same printing, or the same printing method anyway, right? So we've got, this is a fake Ravnica Sacred Foundry and a real old school Godless Shrine here. So just looking at them, once again on camera, it's kind of the same, but it's the diffusion of the light, I want to say, is different on the Sacred Foundry. It's all very shiny in one part, and then it just kind of fades off to nothing. This one is a little bit more of a gradient, but once again, they feel different. We're going to get into some more kind of in-depth tests that you can do now, though. These ones can give you kind of more peace of mind. So one of these tests is known as the green dot test. This is one that you might hear people talk about a lot as well. This one tends to be quite reliable, and this is what I've started using myself as well. You need a tool for this though. You'll need a jeweler's loupe so that you can take a very close look at the back of the card. This is one I have here. It was just a cheap one that I got on eBay for like $5 or something, but it works for what I need it to do. So basically what you're going to do is look at on the back of the card, there are these dots. You want to look at the green one here very closely with your jeweler's loupe, and there is a pattern in the printing that you can use to distinguish whether the card is real or not. And I tested this before starting the video, but I believe I can actually show you in real time this test here right now. So let's grab one of the fake cards that I've got here. So this is a real one, this is a real one, these ones are fake. Okay, let's go with this balance here. This will be our fake. Actually, yeah, okay, so this would be a beta balance. I'm going to compare it to this beta fear. This is a real fear, so hopefully after this you won't have any fear of potentially having fake cards in your collection. I'm going to have to take the camera off of the tripod here, but I'm going to lay this on top of the card and get the green dot in here and give you a nice and close look at it so you can see what it is that I'm talking about. Okay, I lost the green dot there for a moment, but we've got it back now. So we're looking at the real card here, and you can see inside the highlight part, kind of the white part of the green dot there are a few little red dots. There's around 4 of them. Could be more or less. It's not exactly the same on every one, but basically what you're looking for is this L pattern that they form, and I'll put a little graphic up on the screen so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. But in an authentic card, there should be these little red dots that form this pattern. So now we're going to take a look at the fake card here. So this was a real beta card. This is a fake one. Let's see how the green dot looks on this one. Okay, so let's see if it'll focus here. It looks quite different. So you can see when it's focused up close there, the red dots are kind of just all over the place. They don't form this pattern at all. It's very noticeable once you get up close like this. And you can also see the pattern overall when you're this close, not even exclusively to these red dots inside the green dot here, just the patterns that you see on the card in general are different from real cards. So when you look really close like this, you can tell the differences. So that's what people mean when they talk about the green dot test. Another method that you can use for newer cards is by using one of actually the anti-counterfeiting measures that they implemented a little while ago with this Holo Stamp. Some newer fake cards, you can't really distinguish it this way, but with ones like this, if you feel the stamp, you can actually feel it raised above the card here because it's actually just a sticker pasted on here. If I tried hard enough, I'm sure I could scratch this off. You can see it coming off there. If you take a real card like this one, it's embedded in the card, so you can't scratch it off. It would be either like flat with the card or embedded a little bit. So that's another quick way that you can use to sell some fakes at least. Another way that people mention sometimes is talking about the core of a card. They'll say that fake cards have no core because real cards will have kind of a blue or sometimes a black core to them. This is doing the rip test because you need to rip the card in half in order to see the core of it. So what they'll tell you is that a fake card will have no core. So this card should be fake. So let's rip it in half and see if this is fake or not. Oh crap. Use code 8. Okay, just kidding. So yes, this card is fake, even though it has a core. Looks like it's a black core there, but basically what I wanted to show you with this is fake cards can have cores as well, and you know, doing the rip test, if you have a real card, you're gonna have to rip it in half to do this anyway, but I guess this is probably kind of an outdated test, but it is one that people do talk about sometimes. Here's another fake card that I showed in a short that I made a while ago. You can see there, this has been ripped in half. I get people commenting on that short sometimes saying that this card is real, or strangely enough, the short is only like 30 seconds long, and one of the only things I say in the video is this card is fake, and then people will comment asking, is that card fake? Well, I said it, it's fake, but so this one, it has a core, and I imagine that's why people might think that it's real. But once again, this is a fake card. One of the dead giveaways here is it has the Holo Stamp thing. You can see I've scratched some of it off there. This one, yeah, that's a fake Holo Stamp. This is a fake card. Okay, so we've gone over a few methods by this point. There's feeling the card, see if it feels kind of waxy, looking at it, see if it's more shiny. You can see if it weighs more than a real card. You can do the green dot test. That's the one that I tend to go to. I feel like that one is still pretty safe. There's the light test, which is quick and easy, but not super reliable. You want to feel the Holo Stamp. There is the rip test, but once again, you have to rip your card to do that, and it's also not super reliable. So there's all these different ways of seeing whether a card is real or not. So we're going to take a look at these two Lilianas. One is real and one is fake. They're both from the same set, both from Innistrad here. So let's give you a quick look and see if you can tell which one is real and which one is fake. Front and the back. See if I can give you a nice close look at it here. Okay, so which one do you think is which? I'll tell you now. This is the real one. So some of these, like this, these feel almost exactly the same to me. So just taking a quick look at these, this one is quite convincing. Yeah, so it feels about the same. It doesn't feel super waxy. The shine of the light, once again on camera, it is quite shiny. In real life though, the light doesn't look that shiny. And then if I compare it to this one also looks super shiny. The printing of all this, it looks pretty good. But then what I would use to really see if this is fake or not would be the green dot test. And I have green dot tested this one. I'll give you a close look at it as well now, and you'll see that it's definitely a fake. Okay, here we are now looking at the green dot of the Liliana, and you can see the little red dots inside the green one, once again, are all over the place. They don't form the L pattern at all. So that's what really gives this one away for being a fake. There you have it. There's the fake Liliana. So those are the methods that I wanted to show you today. Hopefully they can be useful to you. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them in the description below. Or if you have any other methods of detecting fakes that you think are worth mentioning, feel free to mention those as well. But otherwise, if you're still watching, thanks for watching. It'd be cool if you could like and subscribe and all that kind of stuff. I'd encourage everyone to come join my Discord server. You can find a link to that in the video description below. In the video description, you can also find my affiliate links for Dragon Shield in case you'd like to purchase any gaming supplies. You can follow those affiliate links and help out the channel while you do so. Also, if you'd like to purchase any real cards, you can get those by going to face2facegames.com. And if you use promo code 8thPlaceDave, you can save 5% on your order. And also, I'd just like to take a moment to thank all the patrons who support me on Patreon. But otherwise, thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you later.